What's happening, everybody, on YouTube? Steve again with Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com. Coming back to you with another video from beside my window, and it's a pretty rainy day out today. We're definitely transitioning into the fall season over here in New England, and eventually it'll be winter with the snow and the cold weather. Not looking forward to it. But in any event, in today's video, I wanted to give you guys some tips for making the most out of your adventures to the thrift store. And when I say making the most out of it, giving yourself that best chance to find the items that are going to make you the most money when you're at the thrift store. Because honestly, when you're at the thrift store, you want to find the items that make you the most money, the items that you can sell for the best profits on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Etsy, wherever you sell, whatever platform, just to make your time worthwhile. So I'm going to give you guys 6 tips which have helped me after going to over hundreds and hundreds of thrift stores over the last few years. Tips which have helped me to become the most efficient, to find the best items, and to help me to grow my business. So tip number 1 for when you're at the thrift store is find their weak spot. I don't care what thrift store you go to across the whole country, even the worst ones where you say to yourself, man, this thrift store, I never find anything good. They've got horrible inventory. I tell you right now, every thrift store has a weak spot. Maybe the button front shirts are super expensive, or they never have any good electronics, or the books are horrible. Regardless, I guarantee you there's always one item there that they're overlooking, or the competition just doesn't seem to have any knowledge about. And if you know that item, if you, like, for example, if you go into one thrift store and you know that the ties are always undervalued, there's no competition, you can make a lot of money. And personally, I have quite a few thrift stores around me that overlook dress pants, any type of pants, snowboarding pants, just basic trousers, casual pants, flat fronts, doesn't matter. There's just a lot of these thrift stores, they don't look into the pants, and I make a lot of money selling those types of items. And when I find myself having a bad day at these thrift stores, I go through the pants rack, and I make some money. So that's just one example. Find the weak spot. I'm telling you right now, don't beat yourself up saying that there's no inventory or it's too expensive, you can't find anything. Go above and beyond and venture into different categories at these thrift stores. If you don't look at the electronics, go over there. If you're not usually looking at the board games, go into the board games. If you're not into women's clothing, try it out and just check it out and get a little educated, because maybe that's the weak spot. Maybe there's not a lot of competition. So find the weak spot. That is key. That has saved my butt so many times and has made it worth my time. Another tip for going to the thrift stores is go when there's a half-off sale. I know here in Connecticut at Goodwill's every Sunday there's a half-off sale. They switch the color and all the old inventory switches over to 50%, which helps me out a lot, because with eBay fees, with shipping, with, you know, just the cost of running an office and employees, it can become expensive. And you know, getting your cost of goods at a lower price can really help you to increase your margins. So go on half-off sales, talk to the employees. If you can, sign up for their newsletter, and they'll send you emails, like our local thrift store Savers. I've signed up for their newsletter. They always send me emails when they're running half-off sales and special promotions. So like I said, getting your cost of goods very cheap is going to help you to, you know, keep your profit margins up. Tip number 3, and this kind of goes along with tip number 2, use coupons. I know Goodwill, sometimes they send coupons through the mail or the newsletter, or if sometimes, like, once in a while they have little promotions where I live, and they'll say, like, donate a bag and get your next order of items like 20% off. So use the coupons. Savers have them as well. There's stamp cards where you stamp every $5 you spend, you get a stamp, and once you fill it out, you get 30% off your order. So use the coupons. Again, kind of goes along with half-off sales, but you want to get your cost of goods down as much as possible. Another huge thing that I've realized, which has helped me out a lot, is experiment with the times that you go to the thrift store. A lot of times when you get there right in the morning, you'll find some amazing items because they're just putting out the carts. They're bringing out the inventory from the night before. They just priced them. The competition hasn't been there yet, and you can find some awesome items. Again, times are going to vary depending on where you live. I know there's different schedules that different thrift stores follow in terms of when they put out the new inventory or when they reduce the prices. So experiment with the times. As an example, go in the morning for a whole week, see how you do. Next week, go in the afternoons if you can. And lastly, try the evening. So switch up the time, see what works best for you. Again, this could vary depending on where you live or just the overall routines that your thrift stores follow. Tip number 5 is visit various thrift stores in your area and find the best ones. in my area, I probably got about 10 or 15 thrift stores, and that takes into consideration Goodwill, Savers, Salvation Army. So I've got about 10 or 15, and I pretty much found out which ones I like the best. There's probably about 5 or 6 of them that I always seem to kick butt at. But then again, back to tip number one, there's always a weak spot. So I could always make money typically at any one of these thrift stores, but I've kind of found my bread and butter thrift stores, the ones that I do best with, considering that I sell a lot of clothes and stuff. So visit all your thrift stores, get to know them all, see which ones treat you the best, experiment with the times. And, if you want your time to be as efficient as possible, you want to go to the ones that yield you the highest returns on your time and money. And lastly, and this is huge, network. Make friends with the workers at these thrift stores, because when you're friends with these people and you smile and, you ask them how their day's going, or you bringing them some coffee, they're going to give you insights that you would have never realized. So maybe you'll come in and they'll say, hey, John, guess what? I know you love clothing. We just got 6 or 7 really high-end suits, and they're only $5 each. Maybe you never would have checked the suit section if this worker didn't tell you. Or maybe the worker will say, listen, we got a special promotion going on tomorrow. We're not sending it to our newsletter followers, or we're not letting anybody know. We're just telling 10 or 15 people who walk in, we got a special promotion tomorrow, 50% off shoes. So stuff like that, I tell you right now, it might seem far-fetched, but honestly, for me personally, making relationships, building relationships, asking how people's days have been going, bringing in coffee, just being nice and smiling has paid off tremendously for me. And it's not about, being fake and trying to con them and, just trying to be all out for yourself, but really, honestly, it helps them out. They're bored at work, being nice to them, it's a win-win for both people. So, looks like I got some plumbing coming in here today. But in any event, hopefully those 6 tips have helped you out to, be more efficient and ultimately make more money when you're at the thrift store. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you have any questions, leave them below in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to you and answer any questions. So thanks again for watching, and have a good day. Bye.